Hello, my name is Jess and I'm the owner and designer of Exquisite Corps, and we're here today to talk about measurements and fit. So I know that measurements can be a real stumbling point for a lot of folks. You're afraid to get it wrong. Maybe you don't have a flexible measuring tape. All good, we've got a workaround for that. Maybe you're somebody who feels really nervous to know your measurements. It feels scary or dangerous and you don't even want to know what your measurements are. I got you. I've developed a numberless measuring system that we can talk through kind of one-on-one. So I want you to remember that these pieces are all really easy wearing. I've developed them so they're just all over the head. There's no zippers, there's no specific darts. We use release pleats instead, and you don't have to sweat a 1/16 of an inch. I just need to have a general idea of your shape and your proportions so that I can make you something perfect. So, taking your measurements. It's best if you can to be doing this in front of a mirror, because it's really important to make sure when you're using your measuring tape or your piece of string or whatever it is you're going to use, you want to make sure it's really parallel. And if you don't have a flexible measuring tape, you can use anything that you have around the house that is flexible but not stretchy. So do you have some kitchen twine kicking around? Do you have something in your gardening basket that you use to tie up plants? Do you have like a very, very long charging cable? Anything that is kind of long and flexible that you can put around yourself. You can mark your measurement and then you can measure that out against a flat ruler. So whatever you're using, whether that's measuring tape or something else, you want to find the roundest part of your chest. So whether you're wearing a bra, whether you're wearing a binder, put those things on. And you just want to find the widest, roundest part of your particular shape. So you want to make sure that the measuring tape kind of floats over top of your body. You don't want it so snug that it's cutting into your flesh, and you don't want it so loose that it's sort of falling around. So just a nice, easy skim of the body. Make sure you can breathe, breathing's cool, and either find your measurement on the tape. I'm at a 38 1/4, or if you're using a piece of string or something, you could mark it with a pen, piece of tape, and then measure that out against a ruler. For your waist measurement, there tends to be a lot of confusion for folks about where that measurement lies. And for my purposes, I want to know where your waist dips in. For a lot of folks, they are more rectangular through the midsection, or perhaps you're a little bit rounder through the midsection. And in that case, if you're not having an obvious dip into the waist, you can just choose where you would like that line to sit proportionally, whether you like it a little higher, more like an empire waist, whether you like it a little bit lower, especially if you're choosing one of our waist details. This measurement is the most important in that case. So for myself, I do dip in a fair bit at the waist. And again, you want to make sure your measuring tape is nice and parallel to the ground. And for me, my waist tends to hit quite high above my belly button. For some people, it will be below. Everyone is unique in that way. Again, you want to make sure you can breathe. You want to make sure it's not cutting in. And for myself, I'm at about a 33 1/2 for my waist. And same deal for the hip. You want to keep the measuring tape nice and parallel, and you want to find the widest part of your shape. So for some folks, that's going to be higher up, more around your hip bone. For some people, we hold a little bit more weight lower down. It doesn't matter where it comes, it just matters to me what the width is for that. So for myself, I'm at around 43 1/4. Okay, so now we have our measurements done, we can talk about fit. And in pattern making and design, we have two kinds of ease. We have movement ease and we have design ease. So these pieces, they're easy wearing, they're over the head, but they are made from woven fabric, which means there is no stretch in there. So every piece is going to have the appropriate amount of standard movement ease. But if you're the kind of person who likes things really loose fitting, and you like more drape to your garment, you might want to choose our oversized option. So you can either just have the garment completely oversized top and bottom, or you do have the option to have either the top or the bottom oversized or standard. And we can talk about that one-on-one and really tune that in. For some folks, they like a more pegged kind of feel. So having an oversized fit on the top and a standard fit on the bottom is going to give that more triangular feel. Perhaps you like things a little bit more fitted at the bust, but you like more room in the hips. So you could choose to have a standard fit on the top and an oversized fit on the bottom. These are by no means necessary. The dresses are made to fit you exactly, so standard ease is fine, but you have this option to kind of play around and fine tune a little bit more. So this piece on me is specifically standard fit. So you can tell it still is nice and loose, but it does sort of skim my shape more so than hang drapey away from the body. And this piece specifically, I have the hemmed sleeves, and then I've got another sample I'll pop on here that's our oversized fit, and it's got the cuff sleeves to it. Okay, so this is the exact same dress I was just wearing, but this is in the oversized fit, both in the top and the bottom. So you can see here that there's quite a bit extra room in the bust and as well across the hip. This drapes a little bit more. Do keep in mind that this linen sample has not really been worn, so it's quite stiff to begin, but it will soften up a lot over time. The other small difference is that this sample does have the cuffed sleeve, which you can flip up or down. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully you have all the information you need to go ahead and take your own measurements and make your choices. If you're interested in my numberless measuring system, please do get in touch. And I'm really excited to make something for you exactly how you want it.